the right team out of the crease in terms of this consolidation phase. They're going to need to try and accumulate some runs too, Sammy.
Yeah, because that launch phase was so troublesome for them. They need to, as you so rightly mentioned, get going quite quickly. There was that moisture that we spoke about before the match that both teams were trying to exploit. West Indies won the toss and they got off to a really good start, picking up those early wickets. Matthew Ford making a triumphant return to the team, and then Jason Holder with his very first delivery. West Indies won, remember, their first 2 games batting first. They were sent in. It is a much preferred option for them to chase, although their record isn't that great when they chased. But now it's an opportunity for them to have a little bit of a chase as they look to go further in this tournament. The toss is not guaranteed, so you want to make sure that you're firing whether you bat first or whether you bat second. A nice little challenge here for them.
It's going straight up. Fielder has to run backwards and holds on. Does enough. Harry Sheikh is looking to whip it over the head of the mid-wicket fielder who stayed up in the circle. Nepal, they slide further. The extra height and bounce of Holder does the job.
Yeah, wickets in consecutive overs make these fans happy, not those who've come in from Nepal to support their team with a lot of passion and alacrity. Matthew Ford did well here. He was circling a little bit. Akil Hussain was lurking close by, but he held his composure. And a good catch in the end. Yeah, that's relief. That there is just bare relief from Matthew Ford. Another one goes. Sheikh goes for 223 for 4. Yeah, they sort of silence the crowd here. The Wankhede. These guys who have been traveling and supporting with a lot of pride. They want to see their team do well. They got a thrill, an absolute thriller earlier.
Lokesh Bam, joint career best in his nascent T20I career against England, but going to need a lot more than that to get Nepal competitive here today. They are staring down the barrel, not just of potentially a heavy defeat, but an early exit from this T20 World Cup. Just how good have the West Indies been? Came into this tournament after series against Afghanistan and South Africa where they were a bit indifferent. They've been exceptional since.
And maybe the height and holding on the surface, the undoing there, a good catch, keeping his eyes on the ball time, in addition to the fact that it's almost midday.
I know it's still early in the tournament, we've got so much to look forward to, so much to enjoy, but 10 years on from that almost famous of nights in Kolkata, Sammy, you were part of that. And Sammy just feels like he's building something again. Is there a bit of deja vu building for you?
Not much to talk about in terms of the partnership, but yeah, he did mention a lot of omens that point to something special. Hotel preparation, a series in the UAE before this. Something that happened 10 years ago. They had a little bit of off-field issues, something that galvanized the team as well. 7 overs gone 25 for 4.
Seen a lot of talk, haven't we, of history repeating itself. Can it repeat for this beautiful corner of the world? Stunning scenes across the Caribbean. The only nation here that's representing more than one nation. And whilst that win percentage they would like for it to be higher, certainly the 2-time champions, 12 and 16, have a real chance of repeating history. Similarities I see. I was here in 2016 just watching and working on the event. The unity and collectiveness amongst the working on the event. Group definitely gives me similar vibes, similar feels to when Sammy captained 10 years ago, head coach now, a decade on, as Ford's going to bowl out. Fascinating call this. Not altogether often you see this in the modern T20 game. All four from one end on the bounce. He's going well. Why take him off?
Yeah, absolutely, especially when wickets have fallen. You are allowed the latitude to do something like this. And they haven't lost a World Cup match yet at this venue as well. So it's a wonderful hunting ground for Darren Sammy and his men. Once they get to the Super 8s, I think they have another one of those matches here.
Beauty. The movement's gone, but that one just held its line. Beauty. The movement's gone, but that one just held its line.
To stay relevant, to stay successful. We've seen Gudakish Moti with his wrist spin, also the fast bowlers. You've got to be different, can't be predictable in order to be successful at this level. Too much footage, too much data available.
Most remarkable thing for the West Indies, they've had their struggles with the ball in T20I cricket in between the two T20 World Cups. Really coming to the fore now. Bishop. They've had their struggles with the ball in T20I cricket in between the two T20 World Cups.
Talking about when we go back to Ford earlier, the last ball of the over went away, and then he changed the field. Long on came up to mid on. There's a fine leg there. He's a dot in the landscape. You can't see him, and square leg then went out. So it meant that Matthew Ford bowling to his feet had to be straight. So the alternative to the one that leg cut and then the one that came in, bowling to your field, as we stressed before, absolutely outstanding. Bowl to your field, execution.